Just see such a strong start here for OG. MOUZ going to take their time to get into this one. And, you know, you bring up the point about OG's boot camps. It feels like they're always boot camping.
Yeah, I get what you're saying right there. Well, look, a boot camp is a great way to kind of, when you're coming into an event like this, first of all, you're not working on your foundation, or hopefully you're not working on your foundation. Hopefully you're working on, you know, what little pocket strats you could have or approaches that you want to have for certain matchups. You want to be adding the icing to the top of that cake.
Working this kind of setup again. Next up, aggressive, takes down 2. Like a knife through butter.
And they have the bomb as well, so this is a beautiful start here, and JDC's gone as well.
Are we about to have 3 rounds in a row where MOUZ haven't got a single kill?
Well, not now. You just jinxed it.
Well, sorry about that, Chad. I forgot we have this power bestowed upon us.
It takes some time before we really, truly know how we can wield it. Watch a Deagle banger just hit the top right of everybody's screen in a moment.
Now you're doing the opposite, Chad, so...
It's the counter jinx.
Yes, well, if we whisper it, obviously we know they won't hear it.
Damn, the counter jinx is broken. So
it's not working today.
We can only go one way. So maybe you're the one with the power, and I'm...
Yeah, you've just got nothing. You've used it all up. Well, Frozen, he's gone and cleared up, and OG do lose a single player.
I don't think they get into that M4, though. No, they are not. So they did actually lose a big gun right there. So at least a little bit of damage done, but considering how easy those first 3 rounds of play were, it's no dramas there going into the next round of play. They are going to retain 2 Famouses, an MP9, and an AWP now out into the hands of Mantu. So that's a necessary upgrade for the AWP player to go up against Torji on the other side of things. What's the approach here from MOUZ? If this is just slow default rolls, I'm going to have real problems.
We don't want to have Chad have problems, so Mantu's gone aggressive to try and stifle them early. Goes for the peak with the AWP, and elsewhere, Frozen has opened up the round here for MOUZ.
Trying to get aggressive here, and that was a dropped rifle for Nico, so he's given up the 2 deaths so far. Can OG recover with a number disadvantage? Volder pushed up this close. I don't think you'd be expecting a second member to have taken, that type of position. But as he hangs around, JDC just spams on through. That was easy.
Oh, John De Castro with a kill through the smoke. Valde out. Ooh, that's a rough start for OG.
Yeah, and trying to contend on this is Mantu chipping on over to get in position in time. Now the smokes towards middle, flashes as well. Trying to get some control here. Dexter loves these late cat lurks, but it's already a save call. You can see that even though Mantu was there to contend, they're not even allowing to have an option to fight. They've dropped all the way back. They're going to look to retain what they have, and unfortunately it is a Famous and an MP9. Flames onto a kill for Dexter, so that's a rifle on the ground, but how are you going to get that one back?
Nice little save call here.
It is interesting that they went for the save call even though Mantu was already in market. Like, even just hanging around to take a single fight from the window, a shot and fall. But they don't want to offer anything up here. They understand the importance of that big green going into the next round. And there's plenty of drops available, right? This is going to be the loss bonus, the 1,400 coming into the bank balance. While Volder, you guys did the quick maths on this one, is going to find himself at 6,800 as far as the smackaroos go. And Nico can be dropped a gun, either the MP9 from Nexa, or he can be dropped something along the lines from Flames here with the Famous. So either way, all good.
I think OG will just call this one a failed round, right? They happen sometimes towards B. Both players go down immediately. You're not really in a position to compete too much. So I think they'll just patch that up, at least not too many mistakes. It's not a glaring hole really to fix. That should just be fixed right now heading into this round. And if you want to fix yourself some tickets for the PGL RMR Europe 2022 Major, scan the QR code and screen now to do so.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what Belgium's like. I've never been there before.
Yeah.
You were telling me about waffles?
Waffles, beer, and fries.
Okay, well, we'll have to have those with mayonnaise as per the Shock's recommendation.
And we had some Counter-Strike in there too in the mix. It's the perfect combo, really, Chad.
Let's see if this buy can be the perfect combo right here, because they've upgraded. They've been able to get the AK, and that one it goes to the hands of Nico there, so he's going to be very, very happy about that. And the AWP this time posted up towards B, which is where the problems lied in the previous. Top mid control established. They parked behind the mid box Frozen. They have 3 players ready to head on out towards A, and Torji just top middle here to deal with any of that aggression. So smoke's over, flash is close, and this looks like a fake. It doesn't look like a go here. They're just looking to see what they can find.
Trying to make OG a little bit uncomfortable, maybe sweat a little bit, but not really forcing their hand too often here.
Well placed nade.
So good on the JDC. He's down to 42 health. And now a minute left in this clock. Torji throws out some utility towards middle, but they're gathering and grouping as they go towards A.
Yeah, it's been a four-man stack for the most of this. Nico is now just coming back to address the window gap that has been left on open. And as it's quiet, you're expecting it's a fake, but it's actually a double pump, and they're creeping on forward off the flash.
Well, next now holds towards Tetris, but JDC is there for the pick. Big opening. He absolutely needed to get one there, but still, we've got the wood set up the stairs, and now Valde has to do everything as he swings. JDC is quick on the headshots here. 3 found in the round. Torji gets involved, and the Academy players making the step up. Well, they're stepping up for a round win here.
Yeah, well, they were doing that back in Katowice, right? The two of them had a lot of clutch moments, the wombo combo, and then, well, now the Bemis is back in the mix after his very good performance over there at EPL. Maybe the 3 of them could be the new fragging forces. That's a great round from JDC. 3 massive kills, and they are going to force Mantu back into another save, but starting to sniff this one out. Patrolling top middle, Frozen the Lurk is now locked off any pushes over towards T-Spawn. On the hunt through CT will be JDC looking for his 4th kill in the round, and gravitating towards window is Dexter yet to frag. Same with BMS, but they do find their 2nd. And that was well done. A double pump in towards A. The jarring timing caught in no man's land was Nexa completely blind, and then JDC just lines those pins up. He knocks them down. And we have a competitive start here to our 4th best of 1 of the day. And that seems insane to say that we're already up to the 4th game of play on this main stream.
Feels like we've just come in, Chad, to be honest.
Yeah, the second 2 games were super quick. The Na'Vi game gave us a little bit of stop-start excitement.
There was a few rounds.
Yeah, but the back-to-back maps we just did on Vertigo and Overpass were very quick phase. Picking up a massive win, Vitality doing the same, and Na'Vi. Those are 3 of the biggest hitters we have over here. Outsiders also picked up their opening matchup. Heroic doing the same as well. So yeah, the big names, they just keep on coming out of my mouth.
Well, Mansu moves up. Scopes in. Spots out JDC, unable to land the shot and has to drop back. Dexter moves into position. Up towards Cat. Looks like some utility about to be thrown out. In fact, Flames. Boosted to deal with Underpass, but not dealing with that. Frozen is so ready. His headshot just lands immediately.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Good awareness there. Ready for that type of a peak. Just able to slap them down and give another number advantage early here to MOUZ. This is 3 rounds that they've found the opening. Right, over towards B, they were able to pick up 2. One was that onto Nico, then the second was on through the smoke onto Valde. Just then they walked in towards A, take down next. So this time around it's Flame, so a different victim every time. Regathering, retooling. The bomb now heading back over towards A. You can see Bemis in this forward position on one of the extremities, lurking on out towards Apps. They can start to initiate a little bit more through middle here. Being diligent, making sure the swings can't come on through that util towards window. We'll hold Valde at bay for now. Flash over towards and up slinking towards Cat will be Dexter. He loves this type of a move.
.35 seconds as they move forward. Frozen smokes out top of Korn. Nexa, his teammates severed off from it, so he really doesn't have the support network and has to do it all on his own. Finally forced into the wide and will end up getting taken down by VMAS. They move forward here, MOUZ in a 3v3. Commitment to the plant now for JDC. Putting in the digits, BMAS covering him off. Oh. Through jungle, his victims are found. It's just Mantu left for the AWP.
Okay, well, measured stuff here. Very measured stuff indeed. The pieces of that round that are nice to see is Dexter with that move up short that I was talking about. He committed himself to B, but he's really just retaining information and space so that Frozen and Torji can push their way up through connector without too many qualms, right? They don't have to worry about that cat swing out, which is one of the biggest issues when you are splitting A through mid. So he held that territory. He does end up going on down here, but it allowed them to pressure on towards this A site. Very well done as they get 3 consecutive rounds. And starting to scratch their head have to be OG. Mantu retains the AWP again. Yet to die is Mantu. They're happy just to let him live, let him hold on to the AWP. They're obviously not too concerned or scared about it. And look at the smirk on the backline there at the face of Cyclone, the coach. He seems to be happy with how things are trending here.
Well, if you save an AWP every round, Chad, you have an AWP every round.
That's true.
When that works.
Everyone loves an AWP.
Just a pity it's not really resulted. That is a ridiculous shot from Mantu.
It didn't feel like that's where he was aiming for it all, but all in all, you take those. Yeah, you take those every day of the week. Now, Mantu knows he needs to get involved. He needs to get into the thick of things here, straight over towards the Palace position. But guess what? Nobody home. It's B, where this one's going down.
3 players to the CT side. Maybe, just maybe, they can find some kill success here. JDC plays on the edge of the smoke. See a lot of entries here on B apartments. Love to just get around the smoke. Gives you a little bit of a shield, gives you some information. And now the play forward. Valde blinded, still finds the head of JDC. Dexter cracks open, but will they expect Nico, the 3rd player, yet to be detected? Placed in the back corner, and they will drop in front of him. P250, good for one. Maybe had a chance to follow up if it was a better weapon, but just one for Nico.
I guess who's saving again here? You can see MOUZ still at CT spawn. Unless Nex can get a kill or two to make this one interesting, it should just be the save. Nex has found a gap. He's found a bit of a timing here.
Yeah. He slipped his way through. He's close to it. Commitment to the back, goes into the open, and a chance potentially for the lineup, but no. Save call from MOUZ.
Yeah, well done there, right, by baiting that one out, right? The fake plant, making sure that they don't get caught out by that type of a maneuver. So very good stuff here from MOUZ. 4 rounds now, and this time they actually gave up the opening to Valdez Deagle, but still no qualms in converting. One of the keys right there and why they were so suspect that the B bomb site had one more little rat in the hole was Nico was traditionally one of the B defenders, right? Flames plays or more over towards A, so that's why you can see how cautious they were. You'd expect when you kill 2 players on the B bomb site so quickly, you might run in a little bit more lazily on the clears, but not to be the case, and MOUZ will retain the AWP again. Save after save after save. How long can this man survive? How many days do they have in Survivors? Like 40 days on an island? Are you a Survivor fan? Like Prost?
No.
Okay.
But I do see you playing a Survivor game with Rush at the moment.
Yeah, I got killed by a boar last night. The night before it was a giant crab. I think that game might see if we can get a bit of a refund off the Steam store. It ain't going the way we like it. But this was good stuff here just to mop up the mess from Dexter. Great way to get him contributing. And, well, now a buy back out for the OGs. Yeah, MOUZ knows he needs to get activated. Like, he's just being completely avoided right now, so he needs to find a fight.
Even when he wanted to find the fight last round, they just went to the other side. So he has been a little unlucky at times too, but this time it is looking good to be right in the middle of all of the action as MOUZ, take up positions elsewhere in the early round, but certainly starting to lean back towards A. Quite an advanced setup here for the CT side. They could deal with his ramp play early. Dexter waiting to go around the corner in towards MOUZ's crosshair. And finally, the AWP will open up the round. It'll start to get into play here. Sundari goes down, sets up Nexa, and the double to bring down JDC and Frozen. MOUZ do a tough spot now. Bomb picked up, but still a 2 versus 5 ahead of them.
Yeah, they have so much cash left over here, MOUZ, that they would love to do damage to the CT economy. They don't necessarily just have to go for the save. And as you mentioned, plenty of time. So if overstepping the mark, OG want to bring the fight to them, I'm sure that MOUZ would more than happily oblige here. Now, changing places. BMS has come all the way back. This is a nice little flash lineup as long as Torji hits it. Oh, and it's not deep enough there.
Oh, it's not at all.
Still gets the kill, though.
Yeah, he does. BMS doesn't need it. Goes into the fight. Throws the Molly down on default to force the wider fight, and BMS continue to just play forward now, trying to catch them out, trying to find some angles, but Flames and MOUZ happily collect. A 4th round for OG. MOUZ still yet to die, 6-0 this time, gets involved.
Yeah, there you go. That was the impact they were looking for right there. Is BMS possessed by Kirby? Right? Like you got to wonder. Sometimes there's some wobbles on the aim.
He's just
right
had
there.
too many drinks. There's too many energy drinks. He's just all over the show.
It's a unique style of getting it done. There haven't been too many players who do the wiggles just like that. So a great response here to level things up, and that's going to be the question. Can MOUZ keep reading the play to find himself in these fights?
The Wiggles are from your area of the world, aren't they?
Yeah, kids' television show.
Well, forward. Okay, Torshi just burns down. Nexa happily collects that.
I'm curious what kind of flak damage or bullets did he take in there? Because,
right?
well, yeah, you're probably bang on there. Get away from this, dancing around the smoke. Dexter takes the fight, and MOUZ goes, oh, that's where you are. No worries. This is a great round. Frozen's low, JDC half HP. BMS chipped on down to 73.
MOUZ holding again towards ramp, and yet to die, MOUZ drops on down, getting aggressive now, taking an angle to clear Tetris. This
He
is
has to
wild.
go down here. The only way he survives is if he hard clears BMS.
He has like a death wish right now.
This is actually wild that he's decided to be this far forward, this aggressive, this jarring of a force. Unfortunately, Nexa wants to help him on out here, so combo close. BMS swinging. He's going to see him first here, BMS. And
Oh, but Nexa swings. Nexa swings out to protect his teammate.
saved by the bell.
And absolutely, JDC and Frozen now.
Maybe they will save at this point, right? In the previous, you could understand why they wouldn't want to or wouldn't need to. But now there's a conversation to be had, or at least I thought there was. Flames onto JDC. Last man standing will be Frozen with this AWP, and 34 seconds to try and retain this. So bouncing back after 3 consecutive rounds, make that 4 consecutive rounds with the bomb going off and detonating. OG are back into winning ways with 2 of their own.
I wonder what the record is for not dying.
I think I think Machine and I were talking about this the other day. I don't think we were talking about exactly of maybe it was not dying or the least amount of deaths in a half. Maybe it was the similar conversation here. But there have been some players who have had very, very low deaths in a half. Some people were tweeting it my way. I won't lie, I didn't spend too much time.
I think Rain was probably one of them. I remember a lot of massive Rain performances, particularly in Dust 2, where he just pops off and doesn't really die a whole lot. Probably up there. Seems to be a technical pause right now, but it's fixed almost immediately, so that's great. We're now 5-4, OG in the lead. Got a little worrying when the guns came out, honestly. It was a great start for OG, 3-0 up, but MOUZ, as soon as we got the guns out, we're dominating the game. And now, well, OG have found some of the responses, and it has really been MANTU getting involved, so good to see that.
Yeah, the previous that just went on by was obviously Torji burning on down towards that Molotov, taking an aggressive stance as an AWPer. And that's some of the moves here that if you can note that these players like to go for these plays, right, then you can counter-strat that, or you can have a couple of little plays in mind to have that tendency negated before it can even kick off. So if you know that Torji likes to go for that type of a play, when you drop the incendiary, you're either going to get up close and personal, like we've seen them go for a couple of times, or drop that HE, because it is risky. You're always going to lose a lot of HP going for that type of a maneuver. But there's the round timeline at the top of your screen. You can see exactly what we were talking about with those bombs going off. Here it is. It was definitely the nade. So that one hurts a lot right there. So you're not going to get away with that play if there's an nade on top too. The flame damage as well as the HE. And Nico doesn't have a gun. Nico, get back. Nico, you need a gun. Okay, never mind. He's got back to spawn. He now has a gun. all right. Crisis averted right there. Aggressive from Flames. He's going to take a peek forward off the extinguisher of the smoke right there. And
the mid play looks to come out here from Torch. He's getting set up with the run boost in towards mid. Will peek up to window and no one fighting him. So they have control of mid for the time being. They're going to try and split this and couple this with the underpass play too. And MANTU's gone for the advanced peek and Pal is claiming some info back.
Yeah, so MANTU, again, being active with this AWP, but he would normally have to contend with Bemis, right? Bemis likes to play that extremity position. So as soon as Bemis is noted elsewhere on the map, or MANTU's had enough of sitting here waiting and not seeing anything, it can free MANTU up to rotate around. He's not over towards Palace this time. He wants starting over towards a ramp. And very worried about a push over towards B here, MOUZ. You can see just the scared nature of what could lie on the other side. A passive setup from the Danish duo on the balcony right now is clawing back some territory and putting himself back into this power position of close ramp is MANTU and Nexa. And it's the same situation again. They're working in tandem. They're clearing on out. Bench smoke from Dexter, but it will be a B split.
Torji with a flash ready to go. JDC has been the hard entry so far for MOUZ. Can he crack them open out the window? Second play should come from balcony, but Valde, he's benefited from the fact that the spacing's a little slow, and luckily Nico is able to help him out because Valde couldn't get the pick. Flames also drops Torji in this B hold. Well, it's strong enough. Flames and Nico stopping it. It's just Frozen on the other side of things, and that did not go to plan at all for MOUZ.
No, and Frozen was playing this rotation point to be able to deal with some of this, but they're able to get past quicker than he would have liked. The fact that they don't get into the site completely removes him from the play. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, round done. Call it 6 now for OG. Fantastic stuff. This is now 3 in a row. So they're coming in patches these rounds. Neither team really going back and forth, and some smiles on the face. I think Flames hit a couple of bangers there on the way in towards B to help out his crew. But this is looking good now for OG.
Well, Flame started his career, obviously in his own home country of Israel, but moved forward into European soil with Endpoint. Was able to clearly display the skill that he had there and quickly moved up to OG. So great to see him in this position. Definitely exciting player to keep an eye on for the future. Flames peace out towards Con this round.
It is just this saved AK with a couple of upgraded pistols, and that's some early space taken over towards Tetris here, but as soon as it's taken, it's given. Steps on out, steps on back, hopes it baits some util, and it will. So flash forward for a fight. A good flash, at least in terms of the placement there, to blind the eyes of peering Bemis, and that's a nice little nade too. So continuing the onslaught of damage to Torji. He's going to get chipped on down to 58.
Yeah, rough there for Torji. He's had a pretty rough start to this game, 1-7. Getting caught out by utility on ramp a couple of times. Here come MOUZ, utility coming out towards the site. Flash is being set up for Dexter to apply some pressure. And again, the weaker weapons here from MOUZ trying to contest for the site. Nexa will play back towards CT ticket box. Smoke up in his face, but he's no disgrace. And they will cross over to the right side as they commit to the bomb plant at triple. Nexa does not want to contest for that, does not want to fight it. And Torji pushed up to jungle, could get it a little bit messy here. Nico comes around, quick to the kill. Luckily we'll find Torji and now the forces of OG. They have conceded the bomb plant, but surely with the numbers they've got, are able to find their way back in. Although Dexter's Deke is found ahead of Nexa and Valde, keeping it clean on the USP. Flames in the ramp, catches Frozen coming back, and now just Dexter. Oh, they walk past. But the Eagle's good for one, but Nico over the top sweeps it up for OG.
Finally a bit of damage, finally a bit of traction into a site there, and kind of just waiting out that early exchange of utility. But good stuff, right, to get the plant here. Now, it wasn't going to be too many issues. The loss bonus is starting to build, but that is going to make the buy even more potent right here. Torji can get dropped an AWP from Dexter if they'd like to make sure that the util is schmick. And a timeout called here. Cyclone needs to get on the mic to change the tune of this because since they're winning ways, well, now they're down the whole of 4. So wanting to have a conversation about the approach, maybe has a strategy or two that they think they want to run, try and reactivate the team here, get them back into the piece. And you would really love to get your star AWPer of Torji, right? Like this has been the conversation about these academy players. And this is where we actually start seeing if this type of a decision from MOUZ to promote another member from that MOUZ NXT roster was either too premature, if that LAN experience, if that big game experience is actually a factor here. And we're only in a studio LAN environment too, so
yeah,
it is easier in these type of environments. But remember what's on the line, right? Remember this is for major qualification here.
When you talk about the young stars and that conversation, that's often the conversation we had all last year and the year before of OG, right? That was a similar story. So a lot of parallels between these two sides as we now come out of the timeout. It is Flames down into his underpass and Mantu off to an absolute flyer. Dexter out of the round. Frozen not able to spot Flames out, but luckily will evade any of the peaks upon him, and Frozen goes back into the fight, and this time will come away with the life of Flames.
Yeah, timing on that there for Flames really sucked, right? The smoke and then the re-peak was initiated because of that flash, so just not finding the right time to peer on out quite aggressively, but Nexter is attempting to deal with this hole. He's just peered on down towards the underpass position. Frozen has already passed, and the reposition of Mantu now over towards B should free up Valda to rotate back on over. It's quite a limp setup to do with A right now. They think they're turning their attentions quite primarily to clear out the rats in the system towards middle in this 4-on-4. As Mantu calls B clear, they can rotate 2 players across from Ticket. Valda making some noise. Nico going to do the same. It is the right call right here, right now. But Frozen, this could be the play that makes the day.
Nico is trying to slow it further, but they have got beyond the utility already used up. They're in Tetris right now. Torji holds his position from ramp as Nico moves in front. It will be an easy kill for BMAS. Nexa trying to step up, but just a single kill from him. Now Valde under pressure himself. Molotov will force him wide. Flash catches him. Mantu and Valde, can they contest the round win here? Can they get themselves into a winnable position? Bomb not yet down. Finally, will be locked through, and Mantu's quick kill. That was one of the most decisive fights of this round, and gives them a chance back in here, OG. Torji on the quick relocation. He's running all the way back towards Palace. And BMAS, that means he has to stay alive. He's actually going all the way around here, Torji. He's going all the way around towards middle.
There's a smoke
and
for the
BMAS
bomb.
is down. They
There's
can
a smoke
smoke it
for the
and
bomb.
stick. Oh, this could be it, chat. Straight away under the defuse.
Might not. Just going to cover here. He's going to
got
have
an
to hit him through.
He's got an AWP, though.
How good's the lineup?
Oh, it's good. He's got the pick. Now got the second chance for
He
some
won't
wider
get this
fight
one.
this time.
Yeah.
Valde, he knows he has to go wider, and Torzi, the awareness for the headshot, knows he has to take the wide fight, and Valde hits the deck. Torzi on the long flank around is able to pull off the 1v2.
Well, we wanted that impact, right? We were talking about it. That's only his 3rd set of kills right there. So 1 coming into the round, 2 massive in that 1-on-2 situation. I thought the smoke would have been enough. I thought it would have completely denied them the chance to get back into that. But the fact he gets the slither, that little tiny gap to find that frag, does buy a lifeline in for MOUZ here. Really good stuff from Torji right there. And they've finally been able to turn this losing into some winning. It's felt like it's been a long time between rounds here.
Torji getting set up for the run boost out towards mid, perhaps fired up from his previous round. A smoke thrown down into middle to allow a corridor for connector peaks if desired, but Torji, he's gone towards Chair just to peek up in towards Nico's position. So if Nico is to drop back, he would die.
Oh, good nade exactly for that position as well. So accounting for this, and on the jump on back, you're going to be brave to hang around here, aren't you? Nice little combo there too. So just trying to keep Torji at bay. In that previous round, there was a couple of details there. That info from MOUZ that came through, you could see that Valda and Nico were trying to scramble to get into the site as opposed to playing retake from Ticket. That previous round really shouldn't have been so difficult for MOUZ with how that timing worked on out. But regardless, they pick it up. It's all about the little details here in CSGO. Bomb over towards B. 45 seconds. Window still under the remit right now of Nico, but just lying in wait is Frozen, doing a couple of these lurky plays. It is going to be a B finish as A-Ramp getting called clear by Nexa now. Nico makes his way back on over towards that B side. It's definitely a B split. There's no doubt about it.
They come back forward. JDC leads the charge. Good headshot. Snappy second from JDC. And the B defense is cracked wide open.
Might be a save call here unless this kill comes in. Flames has taken one. Frozen down and a fast flank coming on through from Nexa here. There's still plenty of time for this. The bomb has just got planted. About 35 left on the bomb, but
they're not accounting for the Nexa flank here.
Are they going to try and get this through short? I think they are. Nexa does not want to go kitchen.
Torgy's not looking. Finally, will he kick out 40 turns and Nexa will bring him down. Now there should be an acceleration for the remaining OG players to come up through short side. And BMAS, he goes down to Man2. It's just JDC. The opener of the round cannot close, and OG to the defuse.
Flames had a kit. Plenty of time. Sweat off the brow. A crazy situation right there. JDC just destroyed them on B. How are you meant to get back into that? But the kills just kept on coming.
That's incredible.
Oh, that's a really rough one to swallow right there. Because that would have had such a huge impact for OG and their economy goes.
There's just not the awareness up towards that flank from Nexa. Finally, Torgy just at the last second turns, but Nexa had already got in a position to take him out.
He was so quick, wasn't he, Nexa? Like,
yeah,
immediately
so
there,
quick.
The bomb was down, and he was already starting to traverse through the B apartment. So, really good response. And MOUZ, they will respond with a buy of their own here, straight towards A. They want to go. Held at bay by the initial utility, but the wave is being lined up and ready to be thrown on out. Here it comes.
It's going to be quick here for MOUZ. Nexa playing in front of the smokes as Flames up on top of the balcony. And two headshots line up for three. Flames is just shutting it down. Burning them alive in the Hellfire. As Torgy has to snap back. It's two. Two quick kills in a full minute and 30 seconds left. Torgy runs back.
Got the round to play with here. Bomb on his back. Smoke to work with. And he's trying to get the jump on them right now. All the way around the world. Not going to commit towards the B bomb site. Wants to try and isolate a fight over towards mid. Or maybe, just maybe, find a bit of room. Starts to walk, cuts noise, and understands that OG will have to start to address the possibilities that he's disappeared elsewhere. Eyes now have left this A site. Retake taken from Man2 over towards Ticket with the AWP. Passive as you like. Valda does not want to have any risk at all involved in this one. Playing outside the vent room and playing to deny the plant will be Nico over towards B. But after this one kicked off from Flames, this would be some clutch on the way back in. A 1-on-5 necessary for Torgy here to make this one work. To get MOUZ their 6th round as he creeps on up through connector. Still plenty of time. If he scales up close on the AWP of Man2, there is a chance to catch him off guard. A very tight angle being held here.
Torgy's rifle at the ready, but Man2 will close. Flames' hard work will be put to good. And a 9th round collected for OG.
Yeah, if you're Flames there, you're sitting, you're watching, you're thinking that there's still an opportunity. You know you've done the hard work. Your team just needs to get one to seal the deal on that, and they do. So beautiful stuff from him. A massive little play right here. These first two were beautiful, right? The fact he gets the third on the balcony play, I don't even know if he kills Dexter there, but he does. And just continuing to destroy them from up top of that balcony. Great round from him. Leaves MOUZ scratching their head and forces them into 4 Galils, a Deagle, and Light Util to try and get their 6th round of play here. This is a great first half from OG.
The Flames perhaps now ignited, looks in towards mid. Man2 throws down to pass, flash into JDC, who's completely blinded by that.
I do like the fact that they have Flames playing more connected positions as opposed to just being this A anchor, right? You want somebody as skilled as him to be very fluid with things. You can have him close A ramp, like coming and helping you to fight, but you want him in connector taking jewels like this. Look at him, he's just leering on out. He's taking a step, he's taking a fight. Nobody home, nobody showing themselves from MOUZ as they just cower and hope that they go undetected.
Down to pass, walk back from JDC. Are you ready for Flames? Of course you won't be. Swing up from top mid, it's Frozen. We'll take out Nico. Support network for Flames now gone. Fire and ice now perhaps for Flames as he looks to duel with Frozen, but he has a pack of players alongside of him. Dexter takes him out, Man2 straight away to the kill. And now a 3v3 as we now hit the 47-second mark. They've got some control here towards window, MOUZ. Nexa now realizes to get that map control back. Needs
Beautiful
the flash play
teamwork.
into ramp, and BMAS removed. Dexter and Frozen left now in a 2 versus 3.
The comms have to be at a high level right now from OG. They're always playing with each other. They're flashing for each other. They're setting each other up. And, well, they're trying to go through the murder hole.
Good luck. On the other side is MOUZ. Scoped in, ready to go. First kill is there, drops back to reposition, ends up getting caught in transition. But nonetheless, the call now made that Dexter's running towards the B site and ready and waiting. It's Valde to peek from short, and the headshot confirmed. 10 rounds at the half here for OG. Looking like the better side by a significant margin, you would say. MOUZ just getting a few rounds at the start, fizzled out as OG adapted throughout the half.
I think you'd be very surprised with a second player coming through that vent right there if you're MOUZ, right? So the fact that he gets caught off guard by Dexter, you can't be too unhappy if you're old MOUZ. But that is a fantastic patch of rounds to close this one out. The last 8 rounds of play, 7 of which went in the favor of OG, who managed to get the pistol with the conversions. And the smiles on the faces, I think they know they've done a great job here. But if they get this pistol, they're going to be very close to closing this one down and picking up a win here in the opening round of the European RMR for Group A.
You mentioned the comps for OG. That was one of the criticisms the likes of B had when leaving this team. He did an interview with Striker from HLTV, and you talked about how maybe some of the comps to the OG guys wasn't as great as it was now in his new team of G2. But great to see the comps are visibly solid right now for OG. So now group up towards the B side of things. Everybody over here with utility set up. Valde sends the smoke out. Follow-up comes in. It's quick here, OG. Very quick indeed. Nico hops out the window. Flash to set him up, and now goes in for the fight. It's JDC, and Frozen with the initial kills here for MOUZ. MOUZ at least nipping at the heels. They need another one here, and MOUZ will get it. Keeps the one bullet in, switches out as he drops on back to
He's
the
on 1
P250.
HP.
It's Valde fighting now.
MOUZ on 1 HP during all of this, so he needs to be very, very careful about... Oh, they're coming in quick.
They are coming very quickly. Torshi's actually pushed forward. That HE is going to land right on top of Nexa, but the swing out to the headshot. Nexa's Glock is good. And now Dexter trying to weasel his way through to a position with BMAS where they can pull this one back. BMAS works out the smoke, fade away, but Valde to the headshot. It's just Dexter alone in a 1 versus 2, but Valde's P250 nails them in the head.
What a sick little string right there that was. That was a difficult round as well. The rotation came in really quick, and they're getting loud. You can see them throwing some words over the fence, making sure that MOUZ know exactly how that one feels. 11-5. 5 more rounds needed to close this down and put themselves in that winners column. Can run you through how the results have gone earlier today. We've had Outsiders, FaZe, Fnatic, Vitality, Heroic, Na'Vi all pick up wins. Winner of this will join that bunch alongside a Big vs. Saw that is currently going down on our secondary stream. But this one is quick, straight out mid, straight out the gates. A nice little Molotov place to avoid any vent pressure coming on through, and they're just going to slink straight up through connector. It's going to be an A split fast. There's one man to deal with it, and it's BMAS.
Oh, BMAS is D. It's landed the first, but under so much pressure, it's unrelenting. But Nico,
they lost him.
He hasn't found him. BMAS somehow in a position where they're unchecked. Finally, they see him with a headshot on Flames. The recovery there from Dexter as well, as the kill on MOUZ, who comes in from behind. Valde and Nico need to recover this one for OG as the bomb goes down. Nico rattles away. Now CTP, confirmation of position for JDC. Would love this kill. The CT kill will make it much easier. Valde plays some Tetris. Nico will go into the CT fight and win it. With Valde's kill now puts Frozen into the 1 versus 2. And Valde closes with 12 on OG. Got a little spicy there, Chad.
That BMAS second shot, like the fact that he had a chance after already being shot at to recover and hit that banger, that was huge. But don't worry about it. It is crisis averted right here for OG. That would have been a wobbly one, right? This is the opener. Bang! And then the fact he's able to reposition is crazy. Where could he have possibly gotten off to, they wonder? He sets Flames down. Massive stuff. And then the 2 Danes are able to finish things off. Good work from them. It's going to post MOUZ back down to the pistols here. 13 almost confirmed. The window smoke has been missed.
Next to run boost out. We don't see that window smoke's not in place. We'll set his own one up.
Yeah, they can throw another one, but this should be quite a calm round. 2 Deagles, 2 P250s, a USP for Torji, who wants to get out that AWP in the next round of play. JDC's been very good on the entries, especially on that first half of play, but when you reflect right now in terms of the kill distribution, it's soft, mate. There's not a single player right now for MOUZ in double digits.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
3 of them with 8 kills, 1 of them with 9, and Torji, who won a clutch, with only 5, right? So he didn't get anything going with that AWP. Any little moves that he was going for on that T side, especially that A-ramp play through the Flames that we've definitely seen him go for with the nade follow-up, it's already removed. You know, you want to get cheeky, you want to go for that. Well, it doesn't exist. All we have to do is literally throw a HE.
And that was the talking point, I think, at Katowice, because coming into the event... Oh, okay, Dexter. The smoke gets one, but coming into the event, a talking point around Torsi was he's an unknown quantity. No one really knows what you get out of him. He was the least flashed AWPer, other than, I believe, Simple
right,
at the
yes.
event. So, I mean, you look at that, and that's a player that isn't really being countered too heavily. You don't really know his tendencies. Now people have seen a bit more of Torsi, right? And he is starting to suffer to the utility.
It's the same story we had with Rez when he was MVP at Oakland, right? It was a great performance for him, but it's the same moves. Now, speaking of moves, moving into B, JDC needs to hit a couple of bangers. All Frozen will. He's grabbed one. Volta gets the trade. Frozen has another here. It's getting dire now.
Oh, Frozen's deagle. Oh my god, you said this round should be calm. What it is for MOUZ is they just parked the round with a round win. The pistols just light up OG.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy right there. Even with the opening kill towards Connector, you don't think it's going to get out of control, right? It's
Never.
Just
At
they've
no
just
point.
lost one, you know. Everybody else has the rifles here, but Frozen, the first one is
Boom.
beautiful. And the survivability on this, they're still trying to deal with JDC, who was in the power position up towards the balcony. He's good bait, says Frozen, as he just smacks them down right there. And MOUZ are back in business. 6-round game right now. Should become a 5-round game because it is almost a full eco. Just a P250 for Mantu here.
Yeah, that was the chance though for OG to put themselves far away. But MOUZ, they have got that prowess, don't they? They have that explosive ability with the Ds. We got to see a little bit of it from BMAS just a few rounds ago.
I had someone send me a suggestion as what to call these rounds.
Okay,
We were talking about it before. They suggested glue rounds because it's Glocks and it's for utility. I guess there's a lot of E's we could have there.
Glute.
Yeah, well, glue. Like
glue.
Yeah, so utility expenditure. Glock utility expenditure.
Okay. It's not bad, actually.
No one's going to know what we say if we said it's a glue round, though. We're going to have to explain it every time. Maybe it could catch on.
Maybe.
Probably not.
No, it's not really self-explanatory.
It was a good suggestion, though.
I mean, it's cool, right? For people who know what they're talking about, it's cool.
Yeah.
I will give it to him, but or her or whoever. But yeah, not really going to catch on, I don't think, unless we really drill that one home.
Well, OG, by letting that one slip against the Pistols...
13-3 for Big right now versus Saw over in that B stream.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear indeed. So, Bigger, another one of these cusp names, right? They joined the party with the OGs, the MOUZes of the world. Fnatic, I think, also fall into that mix. So it's going to be curious. We've got most of those getting the victories they need. And this is, I think, the most highly contested. Here we go, Torji. This is your chance.
Oh, Mantu, straight away. The headshot removes Torji's chance.
Oh, dear. Aggressive ult maneuver immediately down in the dumps. And looks like they want to actually waterfall out of the palace position here. Bemis, can you fix this mess?
Well, he has to. Dealing with this is another story, though. He's in a very difficult position. Flash play in. BMAS goes into it. Oh, they're blind! And BMAS, oh, they don't even know where he is! Nico, the clones might have misfired right there, but somehow, some way, BMAS is able to get away with a double. Now the play forward for OG. It's Nexa trying to recover this one. If he goes up corn here, Valde, JDC is holding for it. He spotted him. Oh, the headshot right between the eyes of JDC, and Frozen turned into just water as Mantu will force him away.
What the hell just happened?
What a weird round,
what
chat.
What the hell just happened?
I really don't know what happened.
What with the flash? How's Nico's fighting guys on the stairs? What the hell was that?
All right, let's take a look at this, because Nico is the one player I'm confused about. So he he just runs by.
But he's taking a fight elsewhere.
Oh, great. There we go. Didn't even turn to see what happened.
That is crazy. I guess Flames is dead while completely blind, so it's not even his job to con what happened. He doesn't know what happened.
Okay, that is wild. Torsi now trying to hold out middle.
The aim from a lot of players in that round was massive. Mantu's opener was great. That Volta little tap towards that cap push as well. Wow.
And that's a big round for OG to find. Now puts MOUZ on the fringe of competitiveness in this game, and a chance now to just run away with it if OG take this. So, Mantu, underpass, play into Dexter. Somehow he's come out worse for wear here. He's got Valde to back him up, and Dexter intelligently does not follow up upon that peak.
Dexter's very scared, right? He doesn't know what's top mid, so he's hoping he can get on out. A flash forward from the T's is not going to result in his death, and he can actually poke up and stay quite aggressive here. He does know he's done a chunk of damage to Mantu with the AWP, but that's all for naught really against an AWPer who's likely to be coming in that second wave, just going to hold down some angles. There's A defense. Bemis is actually in a very key position here over towards Sandwich. And Torji playing with the AWP from Ticket is also in a great position to deal with this. But look at the util. They have a couple of smokes, a couple of flashes, some incendiaries in the mix here. You can't have a missed shot if you're Torji in this situation. Otherwise, it is just on to Bemis again, and he can only do so much.
Ready to pull up at 30-second mark. It is Torji holding, flashed off the angle. Fantastic stuff here for OG, cancelling out the Hungarian sniper. But BMAS and Dexter trying to follow up. 2 kills found for them, and just the one back here for OG. 20 seconds now as they cross to the bomb plant. Oh, Dexter through the smoke. Denies Valve his access point. And gives a 2-man advantage now to MOUZ. Dexter needs to pull it back. Goes into the spray transfer. Tried to hold down M1 to take out Dexter, but can't do so. And a recovery for MOUZ as they bounce back.
Good round from Dexter, up to 12 kills here. We're talking about the fact that nobody from this team is really peeling apart from the others. Well, it's still to be the case. I think there's multiple members on this MOUZ Sports squad right now. I can even have a look at the scoreboard here. There are 4 players on MOUZ, all with 12 kills. That's crazy. 4 players on MOUZ, all with 12 frags. That is quite the impact being felt by the force of MOUZ here.
I mean, it's a team effort. Certainly is.
But when you think about the rounds that they won, like that Frozen round was a 3K, that Dexter round there was a 3K, right? So
it still is individually effort, right?
But they're staying level with each other. It's not like they're all just getting their necessary frags. So back to the pistols here. OG, this lead, it's quickly falling by the wayside. 9 available right now for MOUZ, unless there's a foot fault against 2 Deagles.
At least if we continue this back and forth, OG will win.
Yeah, that's true.
BMAS now placed in triple. Should be pretty comfortable here if he can get the up on them quickly. But they've actually slipped quite deep into the site. And so, now he's spotted. BMAS is about to go down. Nico's Deagle routes away to the chest, and it's a kill. And now an AK picked up into the site. OG go. That nade goes soaring over the top of triple. And Nico preemptively throws the AK across, expecting that to happen. Torji, in the meantime, has caught himself a double. Bomb is down. Now just Mansu's Deeg is doing damage. Up the stairs they go, and eventually taken down by Dexter. In the end, it is just a 1 kill, but a bomb plant, that is a lot of extra cash.
Yeah, really good stuff there to even get that opening kill and get that bomb on down. So nice round from OG, all things considered. After that opening exchange, it feels like it get a little bit more out of control. But that position that BMAS is playing, it almost feels like after OG went up ramp and they didn't see, they knew exactly what the setup was going to be, right? Because they've had really good pathing to get up close and personal. They were looking for that leering leg at the back of the triple box right there. But they get the full buy on through. And they are actually going to call a timeout here. The first timeout, you can see Rugger, the coach, and the backlines right here just starting to get involved. Because, look, they do only need 3 more rounds, but as I mentioned, this lead is falling by the wayside. There's still a great opportunity for MOUZ to come back and convert this map. They've started to whir into control here on this CT side. They've been able to pick up 4 of the last 5 rounds of play. The last 2 have come in with diffusers, but still, it is their rounds. If they can start limiting those plants, if they can start denying the rifle rebuys for OG round after round, then this is where they can truly be back in this game.
See what the call from Nexa is here for OG. Dexter deploys utility towards ramp early to deal with a possible quick flight. BMAS out the window. He's charging up mid. 2 players now about to go into the fight versus OG, and that run boost. It's risky, but the flashes, they're keeping everybody up, and it's Nexa that's come away with the first kill.
Oh, Calamity!
Into the peak. BMAS down, and MOUZ handed the worst start to the round possible.
Yeah, you can see there was an assist that came through of TK because they were so blind. The damage was going into the teammates here, and then stranded, caught in no man's land. You feel that as they're running up, you see the run boost, you think they're going to knock that tower down. Well, they're the ones that get sat on their ass, and now they have to get this one done in a 3-on-5 situation. Mid-control given up. B, sure. You still have a little bit of information retained here from Frozen. The AWP of Torji is out of position right now over towards Market, and Nexa is taking all the liberties in the world. He is just walking on up.
And now they're going to see Dexter because that Palace peak should come out from Nico. It will. Really good team play here from OG throughout today. Been loving the little moves that have been occurring for this OG side. And you can see some of the rewards maybe of that intense boot camping.
Yeah, it is looking really tidy for them here on Mirage. And I'm curious how much of this is prep work that they've done on MOUZ, if they have been isolating some of these tendencies that we were talking about, like types of peaks that Torji likes to go for, or setups that they like to run. MOUZ Sports, or just MOUZ, the sponsors in the grave, are really, really struggling here. 14-9.
I mean, he's done a great job at cancelling out Torji. Even if they haven't done the prep for that exact reason, it has worked out nonetheless. He has been cancelled out entirely. weakest performer right now on the server.
Yeah, I think in terms of opening duels as well, he hasn't been having a crazy amount of success. And when I say he hasn't been having a crazy amount of success, what I actually mean to say is he's currently 0-3 in opening exchanges.
No success,
so yeah, no success whatsoever. Whereas MOUZ, the AWPer on the other side, it was getting a little bit silly when he was saving after saving. But he found himself in the action. He also found that opening with the AK in this second half onto torgi, pushing over towards that apartment's position. He's 3-0 in that department right there. Nico's having a good time of things too. 4 for him, 3 for Nexa, 3 for Flames. JDC's found the most openings so far for MOUZ, and we remember those rounds. He was pretty tidy on the AK, splitting open that B bomb site. Running out of opportunities now, MOUZ.
Run boost again being set up. Get MAN2 in behind those mid boxes. Oh, I like this from MOUZ. A couple of players now pushing down towards ramp, at least setting up with an advanced setup. And torgi posted on top of Ticket. Good information set up here for MOUZ, at least information gathering. OG going into the mid default.
We saw how good a setup like this was for OG in the first half, right? But
Yeah,
it was with MAN2 with the AWP, so there's no AWP up close and personal. But it does facilitate this more passive setup for torgi to be able to patrol. Now, he could be very easily smoked off, right? A deep connector smoke, and then they're going to have to worry about the window play as well. And there's the deep connector smoke. It's going to be an equal exchange as far as utility goes towards that position. But what does torgi do now, right? He has to go back. He has to worry about that vent slink into a possible B flank. And OG, wow. They only have one player coming through this ramp position. And if Nico goes extremely late, as we see him start to peer on in, he might have an opportunity here. He should just bide his time, take his time. Smoke fades, missed shot. They know the setup now, surely.
Oh, the smoke was gone, but it is just down to the shot being missed. BMAS does find Nico, and that will maintain control of the ramp. Distraction, gun up connector was not enough to draw away the eyes of BMAS. And while they maintain this, there is still a shot for MOUZ, but Dexter forced away. Now torgi, another missed shot. They baited out of him, and now BMAS holding down. It's finally torgi arriving to the server here in this round. Remember now, here comes JDC in the rotation. He's found Nexa, bomb now loose, and Valde's picked it up. MAN2 now going for the fight. It's Valde in the flank out from BMAS. The time is ticking, and BMAS collects the lives on the way out the door. 10 rounds now for MOUZ.
Very stressful stuff there still, right? The fact that they were fragging so evenly on the site right there, it was BMAS, and I thought his position was more than noted because they threw that flash out to try and facilitate Dexter on this peak, but they handle it, they make it work, and even with the AWPer missing a couple of shots there, they're still able to convert this one. So good stuff from MOUZ. And this is the thing, if Nico goes later on this, you understand why he's activating. You have to. But if they were able to piece this setup together, he could have gone so late that those ramp plays would have either pushed into him or they would have been caught looking the wrong way. Deep nade onto the toes of Nexa here. Only going to do 15 points of damage as Util being lined on up. And they want to go for this 3 Palace waterfall again. We've seen this one before. And if they go for it now, there's nobody in A. They're quite passive. Look what BMAS is holding from.
Yeah, he's got a good spot to deal with this. BMAS with 1, 2, and he continues to spray. torgi elsewhere collects another, and now it's Nexa and MAN2. This one's got off to a pretty bad start, Chad.
It looked like that setup was ready for exactly the way that the CTs were holding, right? If you're going to go for a play like that, you want to be able to jump out into the site. You get the first player kind of spamming from that jungle position or the stairs position. But MAN2, well, he might do what he did best in that first half, save.
Yeah, we're not looking
17 kills now, so someone's activated.
Yeah, we're not looking at OG closing this one easily, as it looked like it was going to be for quite some time. So MOUZ showing up, getting into it now. And now we look at the economy of OG. What can we get out of this?
Yeah, the loss bonus into the next is only 1900, so it is very important that this is held on to.
No, it's gone. It's out of there.
Yeah, as I was saying, it was very important. Guess what? JDC steps around the corner, takes him on out, and now they have nothing.
Well, they did slip a bomb plant a couple rounds ago, right? They were able to get out towards the site, get a bomb plant. They would love to do that again, but that really is the only expectation or hope here for OG. But even then, getting that bomb plant is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get away with it again here. And their upgrades have to be extremely light. It's only 2400 as the loss bonus into the next.
Yeah, you don't even have that dig that they were used to open things up. And yeah, and it is looking very rough here for OG. Maybe just some time taken to discuss what they want to do into the next, because MOUZ is certainly in the game now.
Well, quite aggressively down through the underpass. They're not going to keep anybody waiting. That is a specky right there from torgi.
That's ridiculous.
That's nice. Maybe that'll get him back into the game here. Still a lot of chance for him to find some traction, looking for more wall bangs. Did he hit it? I think. No.
Oh, Torji. Lovely shot. Damage done. Oh, and the nade for Frozen. He's really trying to get these wall banks, isn't he? Frozen has taken out Valde. And now just MOUZ left. Not a single player has gone down here for MOUZ, as you would expect. It's cleaned up. 12 rounds now for MOUZ, as they are 2 away from tying up this scoreline. OG have a decision to make now. And it's the buy.
Oh, yeah. The fact you mentioned it's a 2-round game here. So they're only going to get a couple more of these before it's level. Here it is again for everybody, even in slow-mo.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, just a little bit of a glimpse there, understandably.
Yeah, just a little no-scope wall.
Bang!
Yeah,
all right. Well, that's a beautiful shot right there. Now, this is another timeout called here, the second of which for OG. Now, the reason I said they're not going to get many more of these is because in the next round, they're only going to get the 2,900 loss, right? So without the plant, they won't be able to buy. If they get stumped here for MOUZ, I think we highlighted this 5 rounds ago or so, that if they can start shutting rounds out, taking all the guns away, make sure that the plant isn't going down, they can put them in this position where the rebuys are few and far between. And that's exactly where OG find themselves now. So they need to start finding a little bit of traction in these T-sided rounds, or MOUZ are going to catch up and maybe even take over. It was worrisome for a while, but this is on right now. The best of ones. Got that excitement curve that everybody's looking for.
Well, there goes up for Dexter. He's going to be forced back in towards Connector as quick mid-control taken for OG. Torji this time pushed towards Palace. Nico is currently occupying Palace, but from a more passive position, so not going into the crosshair just yet. His task here is just to hold for any aggressive pushes from the CTs that maybe go beyond Palace in towards spawn.
Yeah, I guess right there with the timeout and the conversation with Raga, they've just said, hey, like, boys, let's take a little bit of pace out of this. Let's not lose anybody early. Let's make sure we keep everybody alive. Hold on to the utility we need to go for a bit of a set piece. But the problem is they are unsure what lies on the other side. And as we're on board with Torji right now, it's important to note just he's been on polar opposites of the map, right? They had him posted in Palace, and now they have him posted over towards the B apartments here. So trying to keep this AWP active, make sure that he can find some impact as the mid utility at a minute will finally start to rain on through. Window smoke, connector smoke, Molly as well, making sure this is cleared on out for Flames. But who's going to be the crowbar to get them back into this one? OG, they need a hero.
40 seconds. Flames is charging. Looking to try and find the site plays, but hasn't been able to find anybody for MOUZ. Frozen plays some Firebox next to has removed the first player of the round and forced into the open as BMAS. Frozen giving away his position, and now they know they converge upon him, but he's done so much. 2 kills in that spot, at least keeps it competitive.
Oh,
the flash! No! Flames pulls it back, luckily onto Torji, and now it is just JDC, and Mantu is ready for the pick. OG now head to 15, and Nexa fired up as OG are 1 round away from taking victory on their Bucharest debut.
Wow, that one there was very tense. They're going to call another timeout here, back to back, and I think that's probably the right call to make because that was a really good response right there, and it came so quick. They'd just taken the mid control, and then Flames just charging straight forward in towards the site there, able to get their way in. You thought that Frozen could have been the real thorn in the side. He's able to get 2, eventually does fall. But this is it right now. An important round. I think that everybody understands the magnitude of this one right here. Both sides, the primary AWP is into the AWPs. Both sides are going to have rifles with util behind it. But only one side is 1 round away from picking this up. We'll have the draw of all the matches that are going to follow for later today. The 1-0 and the 0-1 column for day 1 here at the PGL Major Antwerp 2022 Europe RMR for Group A. And we're back into play. This is a change-up. This is definitely a change-up here. 4 players over towards B straight away. Just 1 cell on the fake over mid. Mantu at the head of the pack here. Just in between the nade and the molly, trying to find a pick. But speaking of picks, Torzi's down towards the underpass too. This is about to get a bit freaky.
Gonna clear out Carl and limit the position. Then they should be able to focus upon JDC, but he's got away with the first. He tries to jump away, but he won't get away from Mantu, who is hot on his heels on the chase back in.
Torji's flank, they're not accounting for this. They're not ready for this. This is the bomb. Mantu needs to get to the site. He needs someone to plant it.
He's throwing it down. He's giving it to someone else. And now Mantu can focus and fix it. Oh! The flank of Torji, who goes down. And now just Frozen and BMAS. The 2 players left to try and pull this one back. And OG looking very good to try and close this one out. They're both coming in from the short side. Frozen gets boosted up. Valde surely aware of this now. He's going to be holding for it, not extending. And Mantu not peering around the corner too deep, so no opportunities here for a kill for MOUZ. And now they go into the fight. Bimas with a first, and now they spot out Mantu, and Bimas has found that one as well. It's Flames having to close it here for OG. First kill is his, flash goes out, Frozen so low, 20 HP left upon him, but he's onto the defuse, he's just holding it around the corner, he's holding it, but Flames will close. OG will take their first map win here in Bucharest, and you can see how much it means to them, because this matchup was incredibly important between these two sides.
Yeah, such an important game to win. They are fired up about that one. We labeled it as a coin toss here, and yeah, you